Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the middle of August. Now Aquarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Aquarius. Now, the scammers are back. I do not offer personal readings, and I will not send you a message on any platform, so do not get scammed. All right, let's go and see what we have here. I am using the Gilded Tarot, as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. All right, make sure we're all set up and in view. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. We'll take 3 of these Kipper cards here to clarify as we go along. Then we'll also take 3 of these tarot cards. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the 3 of Swords. So the 3 of Swords represents separation from something in your life, okay? This can be heartbreak. The way that it's oftentimes described is like heartbreak, divorce, separation, heartbreak. All of those things can be implied here with the 3 of Swords. It's definitely a challenging card. However, you do have this combination that I like when I get the 3 of Swords, which is the 4 of Swords being with it. All right, so we'll talk about what that means as we go along. So you do have definitely some bright spots here showing up. Now, what the 3 of Swords can also indicate is anything that breaks your heart, right? It's not just about love. For many people it is, especially because you have this two of Cups here. But what I mean by that is, like, if your relationship is going well, then either this is the message for you or it's something else, right? And so do not fear, like if you have a really healthy relationship and you see the 3 of Swords, it may be about something else. The other thing that I see with the 3 of Swords is, you know, this can be about emotional releasing, right? Just generally, like sometimes we just have to do that. We have to engage in some type of emotional releasing. 3 of Swords may also come forward when there's job loss or job separation as well, separating from a job, being severed from a job. That could be the case for some of you here. Again, though, there's like light at the end of the tunnel energy on this reading. So just to be clear, this is definitely not doom and gloom. It may feel doom and gloom in the moment, but there's this light at the end of the tunnel, blessing in disguise type of energy that's very heavily showing up here. In the current situation, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about your destiny. It's the wheel of your destiny spinning. It's your destiny arriving. It says that your luck potentially in life is beginning to look up. Your luck is improving. This can talk about how right now in life conditions are generally favorable for something good to happen or arrive in one's life. However, the Wheel of Fortune can just simply imply change. Right? You can think of life as like an ever-turning sort of wheel, right? Events in our lives are always kind of coming in, coming out. The tide is always sort of coming to shore, right? The wheel of your destiny or the wheel of your life or the Wheel of Fortune in this case is always sort of spinning. And it talks about the sort of cycles of life, how people come in and people go out. And I do feel like there's been a change here, or there is a change happening right now, like as we speak. I feel for some of you. The thing is, what's very important, the Wheel of Fortune is an extremely good card. A card of change nonetheless. You have 2 major cards of change plus the 3 of Swords is change. The thing is, whatever person, you know, is coming out of your life or leaving your life or exiting your life for whatever reason, you know, this is a destined situation, as challenging as that may be. And what I mean by that is it's probably inching you closer down the line or inching you closer to achieving your destiny in some ways. In the problem position, you have the 2 of Cups. Again, not something you like to see in the problem position when it's with the 3 of Swords. Because again, 3 of Swords, breaking up, separating. 2 of Cups is a deep connection with another person, but it's in the problem position. This refers to you and another, okay? This is you and somebody else linking up or syncing up in this lifetime. I do think that some of you are separating here, and there's a clear change in relationships for some of you. Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, I'm trying to, you know me, I always try to bring the positive side of everything into my readings, and I also try to bring in messages for career and finance as well. There are some here for sure, and I'll get to that more as we go along, but this is clearly a relationship splitting, ending, changing. Maybe it's not a romantic relationship. Maybe it's a business partnership or relationship. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a friendship breakup. Maybe it's, a colleague. But there are other people involved here, and I think that specifically there's one person involved here where something's changing for you, Aquarius. In the past, you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is like being in the spotlight, being in the public eye. This is about major victories and success in one's life. It's a very, very good card. Okay, it says that you have triumphed over the challenge, the hardship, the difficulty of the Five of Wands, and you've been given this Six of Wands energy. You've been successful in the past. Okay, and what's good is, I don't know if I mentioned this to you in another reading, but there's this book I recently read that was really good. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. You can look that book up, Psycho-Cybernetics. And basically it says that if you've been successful one time in your life, then you can be successful 1,000,000 more times in the future. And the truth is that everybody in their life at some point has been successful at something. Okay, you might have to go, maybe if you've had like a recent string of bad luck, there is some point in your life, even if you go back to childhood, there's some point in your life where you have been successful. And you can use that to tap in. You can use that experience that you've had, tap into it in the present moment, and use it to be successful in the future. That's the idea of this Psycho-Cybernetics book. And I feel like telling you, tap into the successes, right? Where in your life have you won? Where have the wins sort of been piling up and stacking up for you? I would really kind of try to tap into those at this time. In the future, you do have the Tower. Okay, so the Tower is potentially upheaval in your life. This is a change. It could be a shocker, right? This could be something that you're not expecting, something catches you by surprise. The thing is, the Tower, obviously, it can be doom and gloom. If you research the Tower. But again, bringing more a positive spin to tarot, the Tower is also associated with blessings in disguises. And it's also this idea of a way out of a less than great situation. If you look on this Tower card, there are no doors on this Tower, which means this person falling previously didn't have a way out. They didn't have a way out of this sticky situation, and now they do. And so when you get the Tower, it says, you may have been living in a house of cards. Okay, you may have been living in a situation that was not so great or less than great. And this is now an opportunity for you to realign and reframe where you want to go. In your thoughts, on your consciousness, or in your awareness here, you do have the Four of Swords. So the reason I like this for you, okay, and this is where the reading starts to really pick up and get better, is the Three of Swords card is on the banner above this person. They are healing from the Three of Swords heartbreak. And so the fact that you have this card showing up in the row of your thoughts or in your mind here, to me suggests that you are ready for the healing. Okay, you're ready to embrace the healing in your life. And this could really bring something nice forward for you here. I think some of you are ready to embrace the change with that Four of Swords in the thoughts position. I think there's clearly a change here. There's no question about it when you get the Wheel of Fortune in the Tower. Now, I will say, Wheel of Fortune and Tower, that could be a very good change, by the way. This is an interesting combination that I don't see come in very often. I haven't really spent a whole ton of time thinking about the combination. But Wheel of Fortune's luck, destiny, and the Tower can just simply represent surprises. And so you may have been caught off guard by someone or something, but it's almost like your lucky break. It's also like a combination of maybe this being your lucky break. And maybe, have you ever heard that phrase like rejection is protection? I feel like that's happening right now for you. In your subconscious, what you can't see or the hidden, you do have the Two of Pentacles. You know, this is about kind of choppy waters, right? Money coming in, money coming out. This is, you can see they're kind of juggling the pentacles here. They're kind of trying to keep all the pentacles in the air, keep all the plates in the air. It can represent the idea of like choppy waters in material situations. It's also, by the way, a card of change. I just recognized that. I didn't add that when I was talking about change earlier. But this can represent a financial change. By default, it's a good change. With this reading, genuinely, it's hard for me to say, because with the Wheel of Fortune's influence and the Tower, it's almost like that could be a surprise that leads to something like something maybe changing or ending that surprises you, right? And it's hard for me to say if this is good or if this is bad. In the Staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, do you have the King of Wands? You have my classic entrepreneurship combination. All three air signs have had, I believe they've had the combination of the Ace and the King of Wands. All of them have had either the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands, but I do think all three have had the Ace of Wands, King of Wands, which is interesting. They're all, by the way, I have different decks, so they're all different decks too, and they're all shuffled very well. So there is something going on with the air signs here, and maybe if it's not entrepreneurship specifically, because not everybody is self-employed, but what this is talking about is your hobbies, your talents, your passions, your interests, and being fulfilled in those areas, right? This person will only do what they want to do for their career. Okay, they will not stay in a dead-end job. I sound like a broken record because all the air signs have had it, but for you, you may be just reevaluating. Okay, you may just be reevaluating, like, okay, I'm dealing with a shock to my system here, but is this an opportunity for me to sort of align with what I really actually want to be doing? I think some of you may be thinking about that. In the external influence, so this is what's happening outside of you. It could also be somebody near you or somebody around you or from other people. You have this Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is conflict. Again, you have this interesting combination here of the Six of Wands, Five of Wands. You've been successful. You know, whoever wins this battle gets the Six of Wands, as I've said. And so, you know, I feel like there's maybe just been conflicts with another person or with people. I think it's another person because the Two of Cups means like two people. And so I do think that there's been conflicts here. Very clearly for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at what is in the hopes and fears. But if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. So the Justice card is this idea in your hopes and fears. Justice card says that you will get the outcome you deserve. It's karma. Okay, some of you are maybe afraid of an action that you've taken. Obviously the action has already been taken, so there's nothing else that you could do. So easier said than done, but try to not stay in the fear mode there. It's okay to be, you know, it's almost like maybe some of you are regretful, which is like totally normal, a normal feeling. We can't stay in regret all the time though, right? And the other thing with this Justice card is some of you are hoping for justice, okay? I think some of you are hoping for justice here. With regard to whatever has changed in your life. The outcome is the Ace of Wands. This is a passionate new beginning. Again, this is a huge blessing in disguise for you. Okay, this is some sort of new beginning that you can't even imagine here with the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands combination coming up. Am I saying that it's easy? No, I'm not saying it's easy. Am I saying that this isn't going to hurt? No, it'll probably hurt because of the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. But this change is ultimately extremely exciting and good for you potentially. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming in here in the three clarifications. Okay, so you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and you also have the Death card. Ten of Pentacles is major abundance in one's life. It's pretty much, it's the card at the end of the, it's the chest at the end of the rainbow, right? It's the gold, it's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is major energy of abundance. It's the last card in the Suit of Pentacles, and this is a major card of building your empire, building your business, building your legacy. Five of Swords, Death card, something had to transform here. Okay, it's almost like sometimes, this isn't always the case, but sometimes we do have to lose something to get something. Five of Swords represents loss. Death card represents transformation, not literally death and dying, but transformation in one's life. You have the Child, Great Fortune, and Expectation. Incredible. Great Fortune card is the best card to find in the Kipper Oracle deck. It's a positive change in luck, in good fortune, in good situations, especially as you have with the Wheel of Fortune here. So that's an incredible energy with Child and Expectation. It's possible that some of you have really just had to, I think some of you have had to, okay, here's what I feel like saying. Expect the unexpected. With the Expectation card falling on top of the Tower card here, I just naturally put it there. I would say expect the unexpected. Because, and I don't say that to make you feel afraid, but like something really, really nice could come in here at the, as something ends or changes or leaves your life. Something good could come in. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.